Hi, I'm Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers. As CEO of Discmakers, I talk a lot about making discs and about the opportunity that you have as an artist to make money from your music by selling your discs for 10 bucks a piece at your concerts. But what if you have some really passionate fans who would want to spend more on a piece of merch at your merch booth because they're so passionate about your music? I mean, you could sell them a t-shirt for 20 bucks. You could sell them a hoodie for 40 bucks maybe. But what if you have fans who would be willing to spend 200 bucks? What would you have to do? What would you have to create for them to feel good about giving you 200 bucks? I have an example of an artist who did just that I'm going to talk about at the end of this video. But what this artist did was very simple, and it started with a USB. And I think by now you know that we at Discmakers do USBs. We print on them in beautiful full color. We data load them securely right here in our facility. And when we started having success with USBs for musicians, standard USBs, we introduced the USB music card, which offers more space for graphics, and it's still a USB that fits into any USB slot. And when the USB music card took off, we said, hey, this is great. What else can we have that's really cool for artists? And we introduced the USB cassette. This actually comes, if you want, with a case, with a cassette insert. It can hold a ton of content. It's a standard USB because, let's face it, most of us don't have a cassette player anymore. And what you need to do if you're thinking about premium merch is you need to figure out what kind of content would a superfan be willing to pay a premium for. It's got to be special, it's got to be exclusive. And so here's what you could do. Obviously, not just your album. Yes, you want your album to be on there. But what about all your albums? What about all your music? What about music that you have that's not officially released? Like, I recently came across on cassette some old demos of my old band, never released. Something like that would have value on a USB drive for a fan. Alternate takes, other songs that have never been released, that's all valuable content. I mean, USBs can have up to 32 gigs of content, and that's a lot of content. You can put just about anything digital on there if you want, right? What about creating content on there, putting content on there, songs that you don't want to put on streaming, right? So it's only on this physical USB. That's special. Photographs that are not on your social media, you know, private photographs taken at band rehearsal maybe. What about video content that's exclusive? Interviews, you guys hanging around, backstage at concerts. All that content has value. And then there's the example I mentioned earlier, my friend Brian Mazzaferri, who had a band called I Fight Dragons, who did a special limited run years ago of 200 USBs that he sold for $200 a piece. And what he did was he put all his content on there, and he told fans buying it that all the content that he would ever release, they would be able to have access to. And then the kicker was that he told his fans that if they bought his USB at any concert that he would hold with his band ever, if they presented the USB stick at the door, they would get in. Now talk about a special high value offer for a superfan. So he made these available, 200 limited run for $200 a piece, and he sold them in 48 hours. These sold so fast, he was making money so fast that PayPal actually shut him down temporarily. They thought there was something fraudulent going on. So in 48 hours, from superfans, he made $40,000. That's the kind of creative thinking that can get you ahead in the game. Because with that $40,000, you can pay for recording your next album. I mean, this is you can buy yourself a van for your next tour. So your ability to make income from your content that you already have or that you create is only limited by your imagination. And if you're creative enough to put something really special together, and if you have a passionate fan base, you can actually drive some real revenue from physical media that offers exclusive content and exclusive access. I hope you found this helpful. I look forward to seeing you next time.